Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our inaugural launch of Ask Camped. My name is Alon.
Hi, and I'm Anastasia.
Hi, we are so excited to have you join us on social media
Very
today.
excited.
And we are here to talk about working as a pre-licensee.
Right.
Yeah,
A really important topic. We get a lot of questions about it on the phone
absolutely.
here at our camped offices in San Diego.
Yeah. And actually, you just presented at the annual conference and did a road to licensure where you talked a lot about pre-licensee or issues involving pre-licensees. Can you share a little bit more about that?
Yeah, that's such a good topic that you just brought up. I was just at the annual conference that we had in Orange County, and we had a great turnout to our road to licensure presentation. It was actually the first time that we had a break in the middle and we did a job fair for pre-licensees.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was really
Awesome.
good. I got a lot of good feedback, and I think Camp
Awesome.
as a whole did as well. That it was really great to have everybody come out. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to have a little sort of micro discussion about working as a pre-licensee, which is something that I covered at the Road to Licensure presentation at the annual conference. And just have to say, I am an attorney here at Camp, and as usual, the legal department is only providing legal information, not any advice. Have to always say that.
Thank you so much. So, what was the big question that you got at the annual conference? Or did you get one that seemed that people were most curious about, specifically pre-licensees?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that we got a lot of questions probably about working as a pre-licensee, specifically how to be classified, because there's a lot of different options. But I know that's a question that you get a lot
Absolutely.
too, right?
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people that are interested in supervising, the number one question they have is, well, what do I need to know about becoming a supervisor? And, after you meet those initial, qualifications to supervise, you want to make sure that you're classifying the intern slash supervisee slash registered associate properly.
Right.
You need to know and be aware that if the supervisee is not classified properly, that could result in that person's hours being jeopardized. And so
right.
a supervisee cannot be classified as a 1099 independent contractor. They have to be classified as a W-2 employee or a volunteer.
And it's so important that you brought up the supervisor aspect of it as well, because it can seem like a really good business decision for the supervisor to employ an associate as a 1099, but it just wouldn't make sense in the long run for the associate to be employed that way. Because, what could happen if they are?
If a supervisee is improperly classified, unfortunately, the board will not count those persons' hours. I remember receiving not just one call, but a few.
My gosh.
From applicants who had submitted their application for licensure, and the board ended up denying like hundreds of hours.
Oh,
and so you
my
don't want
gosh.
that to happen to you.
Oh, that would just be the worst case scenario,
gosh,
right? Could you imagine?
No.
Oh my God. So then, the only option at that point the associate would have is to gain the hours again.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. That reminds me of when I was at the Road to Licensure, and I was explaining this there because it is an important topic that we're trying to get across to our members. But this has a happier ending. So it was an associate, and I explained that you can't be a 1099, you have to be a W-2. And, she raises her hand. She's like, oh no, I think that I'm a 1099. And I said, okay, well, what you have to do is call your employer and see how they have you classified. It's easy enough to find out because you have to fill out documents one way or another. So we went on break, and I was, crossing my fingers for her. And I could see that she was really getting emotional because it was towards the end of her hours, right?
Yeah.
And so she called her employer, but luck was on her side because she was classified correctly.
Oh, good.
So she came to tell me that she called her employer and she was a W-2. So, if you ever have any questions about it, it's easy enough to find out. It's just a phone call to your employer. Hey, actually, when I was hired, how did you hire me?
Absolutely.
Right?
It's such an important question.
Yeah, absolutely. So, that's kind of what we really want to get across is that, I think that we're having some people say hi. Gina
Hi,
just
Gina.
joined us.
Thank you so much
Gina.
for joining us.
And she says, she was at the Road to Licensure.
Yeah. Oh, she's thanking you.
Oh, great.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Good
Gina,
for you.
great. Thanks for coming out. So if you're joining us here on Ask Camped, please chat us. Let us know where you're writing in from, what school you go to. Yeah, and we'll make sure to give a shout out.
Absolutely. And
Right?
invite your friends. Yeah, let them know to join us on social media.
Yeah, we're trying something new out here in our
Yeah.
camp studios,
Yeah.
right? A new way to connect with our
Absolutely.
membership.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'd love to hear your comments, and if you have any questions, feel free to shout those as well. We'll try to get to them if we can.
Oh, look, we
Yeah.
have another one. Ketcha Boyd says, hi.
Hi.
Where
Hi,
are you
Ketcha.
calling in from? Where are you chatting us from?
Denise.
Denise?
Hi, Denise.
Hi, Denise. Hi.
Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is going to be something new, hopefully, that we can do on a more regular basis, a different way to connect. Obviously, you're always able to call our legal hotline at any time, basically, and ask questions. But we'll try this kind of a new way to reach out and say hi.
Yeah, talk about a hot topic, an
Right.
issue that's important, a new way to get information.
Right.
And to give you a break in your day, you know.
Right. Oh, Denise says she's from
Rancho
Cucamonga.
Shout out to Rancho
The
Cucamonga.
IE, is that still the IE up there? The Inland Empire? Okay, so...
Let's see, Tom. Hi, Tom.
We're going to try to read this, but act as natural as possible. Just graduated from Pepperdine, and I got my associate number last week. Great.
Congratulations.
My question is, what needs to be on my business card as far as supervisor, their license number, etc.?
Absolutely. So
that's a really great question.
That is a great question.
Yeah.
And if you have, number one, I just want to point you to a really good resource. If you go to the Board of Behavioral Sciences website and just type in advertising regulations or advertising samples, you will see formats for how you should be advertising it as an associate and as a licensee.
Right.
So you definitely need, Tom, to put your name.
Right.
You can put your educational credential, your professional title, which is Registered Associate MFT.
Yes.
Your associate number, and the fact that you are supervised by a licensed individual. And what that translates into is your supervisor's name, their professional title, and their number. But for reference, check the Board of Behavioral Sciences website, type in advertising samples, and you will see the formats listed.
Right.
And thanks so much for your question.
Yeah. It seems like a lot of information to kind of squeeze on a business card, but I mean, it is keeping in compliance with the BBS regulations because you're not a licensed individual. So you can't have the appearance of working on your own or independently. And so you wouldn't want to be misleading to the consumer, to the public.
Right. Exactly. So we hope that answers your question. We want to give another shout out to Gina's from Santa Clarita.
Yay!
Cool,
it's
Tom.
Santa
of
Clarita
course.
Diet. Love that show.
I love that show. Yeah, that's great. They're so cute.
Okay. Ketchup Boyd says, I'm prepping for my law and ethics exam. Any recommendations for a study guide?
So actually, there are. I mean, you could go to the Board of Behavioral Sciences website again and go to their examination handbook. If you're going to self-study, that would be a great resource because it lists for you basically all the subjects, the subject matter, the issues that are tested, the percentage.
Absolutely.
I believe it lists a percentage of, or what percentage that subject is tested on the exam.
Yes.
But there are a lot of other great resources out there. We don't make specific recommendations because that is up for you to decide as a consumer. So I would just Google some MFT test prep companies.
Right. And what about what's on our camp.org website?
We have a lot of law and ethics videos that might be helpful.
Absolutely, right.
We have a lot of articles too that you could read. So you can take a look at those, you know, as a start.
Yeah, absolutely. That's really good advice.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, let's see. Tom says, thanks. Cool. Great.
Great.
Awesome. It's nice to see everybody sort of chat us in and ask questions. Yeah. It doesn't have to be on the little micro discussion that we had earlier, which was about working as an independent contractor, or as a 1099, which you're not able to do.
Make sure you get that.
Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, let your friends know that we're live. And like I said, hopefully this will be something that we're able to do in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. So we wanted to just, if no one has any more questions or comments, you know, we would love to leave you with a positive quote. And so let me just pull up my phone here. Okay.
Yeah, an uplifting message.
So here it is. Embrace your emotional experience. Only when emotions are truly attended to can they be endured and transformed into useful energies that express our needs and help guide us through life. And that is a quote from the book A Safe Container for Fear by Josh Corda. So we just wanted to leave you with that uplifting message. And again, like, let us know how you like this. We would love to touch base with you more frequently on social media and connect with you in this venue and in this format.
Yeah,
And thanks
absolutely.
everyone for joining in. It was great to hear from you.
Yeah, absolutely. We had a great time talking about some pre-licensee issues. Again, my name is Anastasia. This is Alon. You're able to call in basically 8:45 until 4:30. We're in the office taking calls. If we didn't get to your question, we'll be here all week.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was really great.
Yeah,
and
it was really
hashtag
fun.
AskCamp.
Yeah.
Ask Camped.
And we are like A squared from camp because both our names start with A.
Right, exactly. Thanks
All
everyone
right.
for
Thanks
joining.
everyone. Have a great day.